When it comes to good financial health, it's actually less about how much we make and much more about how much we're able to keep. You see, our ability to keep money is really found in our ability to manage money, or as big kids like to call it, our ability to budget. Now, though simple on the surface, I think what trips so many people up about budgeting is the consistent discipline it takes to stick with it long enough to see the real value in it. I like to think of budgeting as an essential exercise that we must all do for our overall financial health. I equate it to something like what working out does for our physical health. The more we do it, the better we get at it and the more fit we become. And I don't think you need me to tell you just how important it is to be financially fit in this day and age. But in case you do, I was just reading a study from payments.com that showed me that over 66% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. Or in other words, without their next paycheck, over 66% of Americans would not be able to fund their current way of living. Now, I don't know about you, but this rings a really loud alarm in my head that tells me that either people aren't budgeting or they aren't budgeting correctly. And I know there are 1,000 tools out there that you can use to budget effectively and budget on the run and more accurately, but really what it comes down to is having an Excel spreadsheet and following 3 simple steps every single month consistently. Step 1 is what you call setting your budget. And all this means is you want to project or forecast how much money you expect to make, how much money you expect to spend, and what you expect to have left over at the end of a month. The second step of this process will be setting your actuals. And all this means is at the end of that month, you want to record what you actually made, what you actually spent, and what you actually retained. And then last but not least, the third step is where things get real because they allow you to see your real money habits in order to optimize them for future periods. And this third step is called your variance analysis, which is just a long-winded way of saying you compare what you said you were going to make and spend versus what you actually made and spent. So if you said you're going to make $500 on your side hustle and you made $300, now you have a means of course correcting for the future. If you said you were going to spend $500 on a line item and you actually spent $1,000, well, this gives you a line of sight into why you actually spent more than you said you were going to spend so that you can improve on that the next period. You see, it doesn't have to be complicated, but it does have to be something that you devote true consistency to. I like to say that life is like a business where you're the owner, the CEO, the only employee. And in terms of seeing and understanding what's going on with your business financially, you have to have some mechanism or tool to record and track what you're making, what you're spending, and what you're retaining, because that business has to run, it has to grow, it has to thrive, and so do you. So get serious about budgeting so that you can improve your overall personal financial position.